Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series or a brand new session called Coffee Talk with Ella. Except I'm not drinking coffee because I'm trying to go easy on caffeine. Today I'm drinking Mother's Market Electric Lemonade, which is, if you live in SoCal, you know just how overpriced their product is usually, but I love it. It's like healthier for you. You still get some kind of energy and you won't get that jitter that you usually get from caffeine. So yeah, but if you like coffee, go ahead and grab some coffee, grab some tea or whatever beverage that you like. Yeah, buckle up. Today we're gonna talk about how to deal with haters. So today's topic, how to get over haters, is quite a personal topic to my heart because just like any regular old person, I have feelings. I've oftentimes put myself out there in a very vulnerable, open and honest way, and sometimes that intention isn't reciprocated, and I often get met with unnecessarily mean comments, just like everybody else does. And by the way, this video isn't just for people that are trying to make it on the internet. It could just be someone in your real life that's unnecessarily negative, that tries to put you down for every little thing that you do. If you get to a place successful enough, or if you've garnered some attention, enough attention, it's bound to happen, okay? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how humble or how well-intentioned you are. For sure, you're gonna run into haters. It's just to varying degrees. So with that intro or caveat out of the way, let's get to our tip number 1 on getting over haters or dealing with haters, which is to redefine the term haters. Now, even though I'm making this video that's supposedly very self-aggrandizing, I don't believe that my videos are for everybody, nor am I trying to make everybody like me. However, this is a misconception that people often have. Your haters are actually not the people that hate you, because the people that don't give a shit about your stuff or don't like you, they won't even bother watching your stuff. They click into your videos and they don't like it, they just leave. They don't even want to spend time commenting or voicing their opinions. This is all very emotionally charged response that takes up a person's energy. And so just the fact that you're seeing these haters, that you're seeing these mean comments, mean that they care about you. Like, you matter to them to some extent, because real haters, the people that don't like you, don't even pay attention to you. So no, we're not saying that, oh, you're so great, so that everybody that leaves a mean comment is jealous. We're just switching that perspective. Yes, there are actual haters. There are people that just don't like your content. They exist and they have a right to their opinion. They are entitled to their opinion, but we're not talking about those people. We're talking about people that really are your fans. And it's like the more you give them the emotional response, the more they kind of derive a sense of importance. Rather than calling them your haters, call them your hate lovers. And then tip number 2 is to know that they're not talking to you, but talking through you. A lot of these comments can feel personal. They can feel like, oh, this person is directly talking to you, but it's actually not true. They're merely just using your platform to put their message out so that your followers or your audience will see that. And it's not something that you can easily see, but think about your experience or your interaction with your favorite blogger, with your favorite influencer, with your favorite celebrity. Sometimes you leave a comment not expecting this person to see that, but you're kind of interacting with everybody else. And that's kind of their mentality, whether to get your response or to get your audience's response. It's not directly talking to you. And to some extent, they don't even expect you to see that because you're so, like, you have so many followers. Like, I have right now 600 something K followers. Let's not use me as an example, okay? When I see people on YouTube, let's say, with like 600,000 followers, and I leave a comment, I don't expect them to see my comment. I certainly don't expect them to interact with me. I'm just appreciating them or leaving my 2 cents out into the void, out into this vacuum. And so you almost have to like put yourself down a little bit and not take yourself so seriously when people are commenting directly on your post. Even though they're doing it on your post, they're not talking to you. Like, they're not even thinking of you. They're thinking of themselves. Which brings me to my point number 3. Know that as hurtful as it can be sometimes, it's not about you. They leave a mean comment because you trigger something in them that they feel about themselves that they haven't fully processed. So they're just looking for a scapegoat. They're just looking for an outlet to not express their hang-ups about life, but channel through that. It's like when I was depressed and wasn't dealing with that directly, but I would do it. I would watch TV. I would like channel my frustration onto these TV characters. And when I was hating on this like fictional character, I get a sense of like importance that I wouldn't get from real life. And so in a lot of ways, you making content is quite like a fictional character in these people's lives because they don't think you're a real person. That's why they feel so empowered and emboldened to leave a crappy comment. And I bet you these type of people would never say shit like that to anyone in their real life because there are real ramifications. There are real consequences that they just aren't equipped to deal with. So they opt for a more virtual way, a more low investment and low consequence way to temporarily deal with their problems, I guess. Tip number 4 is to know that it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel down and just even depressed because there's nothing that can prepare you for this amount of hate. Being a creator online or making anything online and exposing yourself to the public, especially if you're successful at it, can feel like you're constantly on this emotional pendulum, just swinging from extreme happiness to extreme depression. And the way to deal with that, the way to synthesize both extremes is to not get so cocky and happy and so full of yourself when people are giving you praise. Obviously, appreciate them. Like, I display who I am for the most part. Like, I try to be as authentic as possible. And so when people don't give me praise or criticize me, I don't get affected as much because I know what I'm about. I know I'm not perfect. So when they say, oh, you're not perfect, it's nothing surprising to me. But I'm just using this pendulum as an example. When you're not so full of yourself when things are going good, you won't be so down and depressed when, you know, external praise isn't going your way, external feedback or critique of you isn't perfect. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to even tune into that emotion because for the most part, if you're doing this for the first time, it can feel overwhelming because you're out in the open, you're vulnerable, you're putting yourself out there, everybody knows who you are, and this random stranger is in the dark and their comment takes no time and no creativity and you can't track them down most of the time. It can feel unfair because traditionally when someone is in the process of like becoming famous or becoming a celebrity, their management company usually teaches them how to deal with the press, deal with hate, deal with fame. But us commoners, we really have to chart our own path. And if you're getting the first hit, embrace it because guess what? It means that you're someone significant, that your existence, just by existing, has bothered some people, apparently. Allow yourself to feel sad, of course. You're a human being, but take 2 steps back and see. Just observe all the people that you admire, all the celebrities that you admire, and see their comment section, okay? Because I bet you they get more haters and more unnecessarily mean comments than you could ever imagine. The shinier a person is, the more haters, unfortunately, he or she is gonna attract. And then we have tip number 5, which is to have compassion. It sounds counterintuitive and almost kind of absurd, but this is actually how you get over it. This is actually how you let go of that resentment, which is to realize that for someone to have such a negative and almost emotionally charged response to you just because you exist, just because you don't have a perfect face, or just because they don't like how you look, or just because they don't like how much attention you're getting. Imagine the life of such a human being and how sad it is. And I hate to say it, that person is still a child. And I don't mean it in a demeaning way, because internet is so wide and open and accessible to everybody. Now everybody at any age can get on the internet. It's very likely that your hater is actually a child, like actually literally a child, or functionally a child. Because, we all know sometimes just because people grow up, they don't necessarily grow up mentally. So a lot of times, like I said, it's not even about you. And most likely this person just isn't in a mentally mature place or physically mature place, because the internet is so anonymous. You don't even know who this person commenting on your post is or how old they are. And with that wraps up my whole spiel about getting over haters. Now, I haven't encountered like severe harassment or anything to really invade my privacy. If it ever gets that bad, of course, protect your rights. Call the police or report this person to Bilibili or to YouTube, depending on your platform. But I think for the most part, for most of us, it's not necessarily those malicious and really nasty comments that really bother us. It's oftentimes just like little innocuous things that people say without thinking about you, because they don't really think of you as a person. They think of you as like this fictional character that exists on the internet. Like they haven't put two and two together. And for you to be on the receiving end of that, as unfair as it is, you have to keep in mind it's nothing personal against you, and it's not really invading you. So, know who you are, know what you're about, know your shortcomings, but also know your strengths enough to be forever standing your ground, to have such a conviction that no matter what other people say, you don't get affected. And this is another note that I want you to take away, which is something that I read from Brene Brown. Yeah. I forgot her name. She said something really clever that forever changed my mind about haters, which is to keep in mind that if you're not doing the same thing, and if you're not putting yourself out in the open, out on the internet, and making yourself vulnerable and making yourself exposed to the public, then you have no right. You have no qualifications to comment on anything that I do. And it doesn't just apply to very overtly malicious haters. It applies to, sometimes pretty subtle hate comments, or your relatives or your friends or your so-called elders giving you unsolicited advice when you know that's not what you're about, when you know who you are, when you know what your life purpose is. I think more than anything, I want to get across this idea of knowing who you are and not being bothered by it. Even if you're making a mistake, you still want to make that mistake yourself, so that any failures or negative feedback you get can still be applied to changing it for the better or self-growth. But if you never let yourself chart your own path, you never know. There's no way of knowing if your failure is the result of bad strategies or a failure of not choosing your own path. You could pick regret, or you can pick pissing off some people temporarily and just doing your own thing. And rather than proving your haters wrong, I want you to prove the people that love you right, just like I am doing now. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye!